just social media. Other than that, hello and welcome to Part-Time Gaming, or PTRPG if you're watching live, or on the archive. Ooh, that rhymes. Any road. There are different titles on whichever you watch. I assure you they're the same thing though. Can you say hello, PC? Good. Yeah, so the title is either a solo adventure, FF14 a solo adventure, or a coward's guide to Final Fantasy 14. Might be FF14 online. Any road, let's go get that gift of eternity. We've got someone to talk to. And his name is... Be in touch later tomorrow, probably about back to scheduled time, the 8 o'clock start tomorrow. Don't forget, also... And I'll be taking on Leviathan. So I think what I worked out is the light party adventures, you can get a party to join. The full party adventures, you need a human host, human players. Thrice! Damned fishback bastards! Kill them slowly and then chase the rotten souls for all 7 elves. Why are the women's names always Breeder? Actually, that's wrong because we've got Melvin. Peace, Commander. We're here for a purpose, and vengeance is it. And vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, sir. My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scouts, Hagen and their thralls have already begun to amass the Aetheryte in the depths of Saspa. Where to act it must be now. The men are ready, but we await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened their security in and around the spawning grounds. The frontal assault is likely to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we're not so artless as that. However, we shall divide our forces and strike them as hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Saspa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summit. We are not here to kill them all. I'll believe you this time. Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge of this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces, but the foreign levies spearhead the assault and have the subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the self-same moment, a diversionary squadron of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from ashore, offshore. In likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. PT and Y'shtola, the two of you are to make your way to the side of the summoning ritual. Oh, and we can't go, okay. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defences, rendering your path less perilous. A small party A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Aye. Tancred and Yubu, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle round to join the infiltration unit of Stola and PT. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Evrite, accompanied by Lady Menthilia, as was agreed. We don't let them keep you, friends. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! Rarg! I think. When last did we fight side by side, PT? Too long, I warrant, but come, let us away. I don't think we've ever fought together. Have we? Did we? Don't think we have. Oh wait, no, she popped me through the thingy. I don't remember fighting moves though. It look pretty. I think the weather effects are really cool as well for some reason. Maybe I'm weird, maybe I'm not. You like that? What's up, fellas? Hi. I love that. Nope, not interested. Not interested. Not interested. I'm just trying to clean some face and not really good at talking while I'm painting. Wait a minute. No, maybe it's that point. Let's come through and then just run past. I think we can. They did. Cheeky buggers. Also, they might attack me now. No. You guys really don't care. I am happy with the situation. Axolotl? Oh dear. Wasn't close enough. Well, never mind. Right, patience. No, I'm stuck on something. Oh, you didn't know there's the different pass. Alright, Stola. Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Evrite is close at hand. Let us press on. And see you in the battle. Right, how do these washed out voices sound? you gonna be like, Flemmy? Hello? Oh, the Reapers.
They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Oh, he's off. Wow. Oh, okay. Shot. Nice.
Did I miss much?
No, not really. Sweet. She did beautifully.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
Cool. You do that. And then he does something and flashes. Neat. Arr. There's a romance that they're not going to talk about ever again.
To the Aetheryte!
Aye. And my oversized bow. Full cutscene. And the most comical fight in the game soon. Well, for me, but I think that's due to a calamity of errors. Sweet. Nice. Is that a headshot?
You'll forgive me my lateness.
No, I won't. How are you late? Dual wield? When do we get that? This is such a cool thing with the cutscene, not her.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Look, man, you were struggling with your mental health. Can't really blame you for that. It's just a shame we didn't pick up on
Long have you shriveled Sorwar, tormented our kind,
it. Well done.
but no more. Your time is at an end.
Might need to go
You
in.
shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
Yeah. I can also see it. Ow.
I know
Headaches.
this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
The echo! Oh, sorry, she was just confused.
Such power! It is transcendent!
Headshot! Priest? Ah! I mean,
7 hells.
thanks for telling us how you do it.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal.
Everyone thinks that at first.
Oh, mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
It does seem
Die,
like most of the
damn
time we're just slack-jawed. You know it won't work, we'll just move it up again. It's like, alright, fine. Keep doing rid of my body. Take them all down. Uh-oh.
Heavens fulfilled.
Uh-huh. Don't he look pretty?
Damn it all!
Well, the sea beast created by God to
My being
look after the waves.
left the way. It could by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
I need... All back?
Where did he go?
That's why you have to be careful who you vote for. But still vote. Even if it's a dumb decision.
What say you?
This is the fun
Nary
one.
a single ship. Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates.
Oh, you're pirates.
Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless...
Never his plan.
God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Huh? Well, that's a good job I can fly. I don't know about those guys, but I can fly. Oh, dear. Oh. No. No, I understand I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements. This last attempt is any guide. We cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Ask nicely. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure. But Clindian herself, would struggle to best the Lord of the world in his element. In a straight fight, he would meet a match with us. We need another plan. That much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in this man room. done out here, so... I know why I keep doing that, because another time's there. Wouldn't be twice, I'm waiting for you. Or 2 times. Something crap. You need money in the game and get it very easily. I mean, not millions upon millions quickly, although technically you can. The game doesn't have like a cut off for the amount you can get out of it, I think. Or so you could just technically keep going. Hey bud, come on, get up. Gotta get up, gotta get up. Gotta get up, gotta get up. Get up. Not you. There we go. Xanthael. You are expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the captain waiting. I mean, Admiral. That's what I said. I do that too often, it's really annoying. For me as well. You know, when someone says something and you're like, no, I think you meant this.
There used to be a hamlet beyond
if you know what it
South
means,
Highgate
you should
in
really
Western
have to correct
Lanosha.
it.
Halfstone it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Halfstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Well, that's a peaceful reprise.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations.
Wonderful.
If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Halfstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa.
Well,
that cannot happen.
Look, Emma.
The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
Better get more stabby.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Wonderful.
Admiral, if I may.
Sure thing, but I cannot say that, mate.
Speak freely, Marshal.
Call it Marshal, then.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told.
I think I have one.
If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us. rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
He did.
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
Wonderful.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another.
Oh, yeah.
In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
What?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To which, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
Nod. No.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well.
Okay.
Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafirson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Ah, you're getting. What do you want? Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walk among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measures. Now that I have come face to face with the primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them. Okay, so what's up?
A message, Admiral. I judged it best it delivered at once.
I am listening.
According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. Oh, God.
I think I know who this is. One of the company of heroes?
Details are yet easy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual.
Best go and show him. I'm disinclined to put any story by this claim. And even should it be true, it is, as Stella said, none save the company of heroes have better Leviathan, and we know why they went, how they went about it. This man is of their number. What could he tell us we do not know already? And yet, having wagered them to survive on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, we cannot afford to ignore this man. Whose testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. My father was trying to read it. The twin vessels will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed primal slayer's claims. PT, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare the torment of waiting for the reckoning and idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet, Lower Lenoskia. Some private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. I think I know who it is, and I'm rather disappointed. So that is a go-go.
This way.
Oi. Although people doing that. Let's scare him off with Magitech armor. A Reaper particularly. Which I think previously they gave her a nickname. Miller in need. Oh, for God's sake. It is, Tractor. Now, look here. You'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to them. Oh. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stables. And before I rolled that millstone over the mill. And also before... Hey! Gods, man, I went 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and you hear me complain? I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright. Give you what you want. Let it be said, old Tractoon and generous soul. Now, I'm pretty curious, because I won't be repeating myself too modesty. Besides, there's only so much epicness that man can take in one sitting, you can. The tale of Tractoon's epic victory over the dread primal Leviathan. Now, Leviathan, huge, make no mistake. Give you an idea of how big each of his scales is, about as wide across as me. Members long, and that's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see from the bride he was pelted with. Anyway, Mr. Men a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a great mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. Wanted to take all the glory from his knowledge, let me mates in the company of heroes. And all the rest, like I said, are modest as well as heroic. They are too modest. Now, there's some that say you can never truly beat Leviathan. You've got to live with him, and you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Company, though. Will you knock it off? You're wasting people's time. Ah, it's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attentions all. I take it back, everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. Actually, a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Dom. No, I'm maggots. You might bring in the Chocobo Dom. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Me members still use my food. Oh, God. Oh. Sure as I didn't fight Leviathan, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It's a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's man. Shaking my duties one day, loitering in the harbour, when I saw it. Great big massive sea serpents unbound off the coast. A fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I saw myself right there and then. But, oh God, I just remembered the day when I saw myself all over again. Oh, God. Bloody hell. Oh. Wait. If you're asking about the Leviathan, I mean, you're planning to fight him, eh? Well, take care, he really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. You worthless, lying son of a whoreson! I can't believe you made me handle Chocobo John! Look, mate, sometimes to pick up the best stock, you need to show them a bit of shit. PT, this is Melvin Fillion. Were you able to learn out of use against Leviathan? Beg your pardon? Leviathan beat us? I see, that's unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you in Morrowby Docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you're able. Tit. Yes, I know it's 100 gil, but still, it's quicker. Everest! Yeah, this one. I wonder if you've been it last time I tried this. Alone, tenable. Still is like the most comical one you can find. Because there's a trick to it. Yep, down here. So this is ready, says. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served to take your time, take your mind off the events of recent days, though. Oh, but enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. Twin vessel, the Whirl Eater I call her, complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition, prodigious tonnage. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform, that which you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is 9 sinkable. I'm not one to tempt. Fate, the Whirl Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and she's made to Leviathan. Hey, Leviathan. I will be taking hours anyway. No. Look, you are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the Whirl Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what our friends, Nadik and Melis, are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the fin works, it will use the power of corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over the water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defence. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Tancred and Yushtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome him. Having seen you fight in Snapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Tancred and Yushtola, if you join the 3rd levy, and Lady Yugiri, the 5th. Yugiri. Sorry, not Yugiri. But what words have I for the man who makes sport of slaying guns? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments, and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, PT. May the crystal bless and keep you. Away! Now we have the silly fight. The activation. You have to remember to do it. Just regular duty. Right. Duty finder. Duty finder. Right. This is forever. Oh goodness. It's actually take stuff. Joy. Right. I'll just see it somewhere, I suppose. While I'm waiting for this to happen. Oh crap, I'm gonna... No, I'll leave that now. I should really get food. No one. Right, look at my food. It'll take a while for me to do this, so should I go get a drink? You get that cute little buffy little card. 19, something. So 90, that's 130, that's a 70. Whoa, come on. Oh, shit! How did that happen so fast? Oh well, doesn't matter. I hope somebody's planned it out. I really hope somebody's planned it out. Because I ain't got a sinking clue. Not I would be trying to jump in as well. Avast thee! It's over there! I mean, I'll be carried anyway, so... Yeah, just piss him off. Uh-oh. Oh, it's so that's good. Maneuverability is a bit better when you have a ranged DPS as opposed to melee or caster for DPS. Actually, anything really, but you do less damage. Also, enjoy the music if you're watching it live or watching it on this archive, because when it gets onto YouTube, it might be it's a long cutscene. Part is going to be pissed. Really pissed that I'm waiting. Sorry. I mean, at least you give me a chance to wow, we're all new. that's it. First time because someone actually planned it out properly. Yay! Everyone's gone. Yay! 75. I'm really bad at this. Sorry. It's so nice that people carry you through that. No, it's not. It's not fair, really. And that is the honest answer. It's not fair that, you know, that's how it works, but it's nice that people do that. Are willing to help. Because I think they get extra points as well, like bonuses and stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry, I've watched cutscenes. At least they had enough time to like discuss stuff while I was doing them if they wanted to. I'll just go see if I can get some more stuff. Someone around here, someone around here, someone around, someone around here. Wanna talk to them first. Wanna talk to them first. Let me talk to this. Wow. Hello. What can we get for you? A 130, please. Thank you. Ready for two. Yep. Earrings no good. What are these? I'll take the ring. I'll go to Mender first. Might be the second set. Yeah, it's the second set. Nice. Now we can swap out that ring. You don't get one skill something. Let's go. Anyone have any idea what's going on in that fight? No? Good. Oh, sorry. Somebody took some weird cheeky bugger. What's I mean that thing? Sergeant. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits, but today I will limit myself in few words.
I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You were a great inspiration to us all, sir, and on that note...
The Admiral awaits you in the command room. It's very fast when you've got people who know what they're doing now. Melwib.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally.
Till sea swallows all.
On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
Which, no, honestly would make you think that if Leviathan had done that, they'd have thought of it as a blessing.
For his fine solution, whatever else he may have been. 'Tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Huh.
Before I set foot in these lands, I
I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight.
I'm sorry. How do you mean you would like to?
Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity.
This was how they actually introduced
its members are trained in a form of
in this
combat, not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own.
Oh.
Though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labour to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
Well, the Rogues Guild is different here from the other places, so, you know.
But for a chance encounter with Alphinaud's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
But he never uses the blade! He uses the dagger!
Please.
Stop embarrassing me, I was trying to
seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are
Sound
in
like
your
a very
debt,
similar
Admiral.
situation somewhere else.
I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment. But if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Oh, that was taking longer.
You wished a word in private.
Yeah, she wants to give me shit again.
Better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation.
That's the most.
It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
But there's no alternative. That's the answer she's given. It's not her saying, yeah, fuck everyone else. It's, look, I know that people are struggling, but my people are struggling as well. If there was another course of action, I'd do it, but I can't, because there isn't.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost.
So it seems.
To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
No, when it comes to protecting their own. Self-preservation is the strongest and most dangerous weapon we all have.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
I think that's supposed to say flounder, not founder. Probably a weird mistranslation. I don't know, maybe she did say flounder, but it was just written as founder. Got a lot of potions to sell. I'll give it to someone else. Connection issue. Did it this time? Oh, they come in at this time? Wanting to understand our true identity. I don't know, you might think this is an avatar. It's a pretty bad one if it is, you must understand that. Ooh, that 91. Yes, that means I'm level 97. Oh, Vampire has orders to point you in the direction of the Luminous Country. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangements. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yuga. Just south stands a gate leading to a pier, small fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous spearman there and present his letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you will be introduced abide in the shadows of London society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and they are united by a stronger bond stronger than liquor. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far. Into their confidence seems to work for every ounce of their trust they place in them. Here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, good luck. Anyone else catch a word of that? Snooping. Inconspicuous man and shadowy worm. Got business with me, adventurer? What a terrible disguise! Ah, the letter from Melwood. The other man the Admiral sent word of. I was up and I might catch a glimpse of Anchor too. Been a while since I saw this shite-eating grin, but what all the dim-eyed wenches about, I suspect he's got his hands full. Oh my! Must go to one of those bars with him at some point. Ah, you must be the Far Easterner. Lord Melwood says wants to trine to us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yuri of Doma. It is an honour to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when first I learned of your organisation, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I am mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure. Pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They only need a secret society to do their dirty work. Marvel's my people and our keep to the shadows. We've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. See, now that the practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow, 'tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Why the 7 hours are we waiting for? You come with us, Yugari of what's it? We can get acquainted in more private rounds. And Chara did it. Yes, I can understand that he's probably just done this. Master PC, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my country, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have a true friend. You have been a true friend to us of Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honour to welcome you as a student. Neat. League unlocked. It's been there for a while. Yep, so you're going there, basically. There, the Rogues Guild. Good rogue. You agree? I won't use any of those anyway. You're using the animal and bursting with gratitude. Ooh, bursting. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. Ah, someone's rushing through. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfield, pray relay my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must at least fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, worry left. Do I have a pro return? It's alright, Rising Stars isn't so bad. Draw that Maelstrom, please, please, please. What? What happened? Where have you gone? Matt? What happened? I'll see about stopping on until 9:30, but yesterday I couldn't really risk it. Thanks for getting the team together to do that. And I'll just apologise for the fact that I had to take so long with the cutscenes, but I like watching cutscenes. one of the sort of highlights of these games is the elaborate cutscenes. So you know, that felt weird. Not the actual walk. It's like the dip made it feel like you stopped for a second. Minfilia.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand.
Okay.
If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me.
Where are you going?
When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing.
Ah, that, yeah, I saw it happen sometimes. I've had that happen twice.
When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elizabeth spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
What, do you just need like the right element?
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo?
Possibly.
Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time.
Cool.
For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight.
Neat.
With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
Okay.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Yes, my girlfriend's here.
Grave tidings from the Charlian
Oh, wow.
motherland, my
Nice.
lady.
Worse.
It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
Well, I mean, he nearly cast it a second time. Look, more
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
What's he? Okay.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders... I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Forgive me for saying this, but I don't believe they understand what a revolution is. Our friends, very Isle itself, everyone and everything. You okay? No. No, it avails us not to speculate. Rianjo will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns Ifrit fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Mugglemug. Oh man, that thing. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have beautified. And 7 other people, but yeah, go on. Yet, all is not well with the Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing Ifrit disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Oh, no. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants an immediate investigation. I would have you... Celia, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees headed from Uldar this time. Come to Revenant's Toes seeking asylum. Uldar? It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Dolmens. At present, they are in the 7th heaven, awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Celia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinions are duly noted, but I will hear their suit.
Here's our job. Here's our job.
P.T., I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Yes, it would be rather interesting as to what the hell they're doing here, because... Right, let's have a look. Speak with the refugees at 7th heaven. Oh, that weird thing. Where are they last? Draggletail refugee. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Nymphalia. I lead the Signs of the 7th Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Dolmens. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know naught of your situation. Beg your pardon, Anderson. I ain't so good with words. I've been living off scraps of Uldar for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one that got took. You say this work was not for an honest man, not as wouldn't sully a soul sin in his palms. Any road, flames do what they can for us, of course, but ain't enough. It's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us at all. Help us up. They climbed on our backs. Yes, as Arthur do. I don't pretend to complain, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was to where. That's what it came to me. Everything's told. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So surely you'd do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true that we accepted Doman's petitions for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we know where else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Well, Taru, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Aldar, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. What? What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. What? Well, that can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Seven hells, now the blades have an excuse. Round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you won't help us, help us build a new life. At least help us keep the ones we've got. Why were they rioting? My lady? We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino and quickly. If he is in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. But I just wanted to die. Thank you. Pray, do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing at home. Ida and Papalimo will see to it. Alphino has been treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Petey! The Hourglass? Is that the pub? Yeah. What the hell? Jeez. Playing the game while they're just doing a drama in the background. I mean. Understanding of it. Wow, someone's waiting for a group, looking for a group. But for what though? So I go in and ask, is he dead? Oh, there he is. He's not dead. Alphino, you alright? Yes, I just got slapped upside the head. Oh, that's got to be normal for you, right?
Come,
Right.
you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
Sadly.
Uldar, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident.
Do you know who's behind it?
There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over.
Because of trickle-down economics.
Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life.
Well, that's not true, even for the rich.
To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence.
Yes, and don't work a day for their earnings. Just find other people to
so
do
where
it
do the
take
refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
Well, I'm confused as to how there's a marketplace in this area. Because a marketplace is designed to have, like, different
Choosing to
categories
ignore
of
their
price.
existence, however, is
Not
patently not an
high
option.
price and nothing
General
else.
Rauban and the
That's a
Sultana
shop,
understand
not a
this,
market.
which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight.
Set up a stipend, then, shouldn't we?
This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers.
I mean, if no one's buying, they're not making anything.
While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry.
I think it is weirdly the biggest plot hole in this whole game is how is Ul'dah so rich if they keep ignoring everyone. But it's not really, people would say that it isn't because there are a lot of rich places that do that, but they ignore trade from anyone. So it's like, they're rich because they have jewels. I mean, some of it is explained. You know, they have, like, they make people work for nothing.
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Domans asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
You're not just got to get a few materials, you're going to get constantly more materials, more people, transport for the goods, and then you're going to think of, you know, who's going to buy it, you know, what they're going to do with it, how much you're going to be charging for, like, transport of actually getting stuff to and from them. There's a lot of stuff that go into it, you know, that would question sort of a concept of, okay, but who wants it? You know, it's not like they've made a construct of this being like a, you know, rich place off of, like, you know, rich minerals, but they're not really trading with anyone. They're just rich because they have them.
That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
The game is basically talking about the personal issue. I don't think they'll be able to give you much of an explanation around, you know, how trade works specifically. But they probably do a better job than me. Alright, Alphino, what do you want? Ooh, better rings. The Auroral ring. What? Why are there two types of knocked ring? It's the Auroral ring I want. As I had told before, it was all but inevitable that the incident of this kind would eventually occur, given rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe this particular riot may not have been spun spontaneously. Have piqued your curiosity? Good. Well, then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Vaughn has to say upon the matter. It's like, the weirdest explanation I could give is the reason why in these sort of affluent countries you've got like this odd situation with like rich and poor is that the poor spend money, give money to rich people for goods, for goods and service, right? Which is provided for them by other poor people. Yes. In order for them to be able to pay for that, they need to get paid for their work, and vice versa. So it's supposed to be like a mutual trade between these sort of peoples. And the weird thing is that they intentionally pay people less than they should, and then they put the weight onto the governing bodies to actually prop up those who are being underpaid, rather than the governing body saying to them, no, you need to pay people properly, or you shouldn't have them at all. Which they'd probably just keep underpaying people and saying, well, it's their own fault, and then they'd find that actually the poor people would look for jobs that are actually, better for them. The minimum wage system should, in effect, work to protect those on the lowest end of the system, but it's actually encouraging that. Legally, we only have to pay you X amount, so that's all we'll pay you. Rather than, the idea of like, there's one type of job that pays you anything from, 600 quid a month to 950 quid a month. Instead it's like, this is this type of job and this is all you're going to get for it, and that's everywhere. So all you're doing when you're looking for a job is looking for any one of these same jobs, and that's not the point of having that sort of option. No, it's not a good time, PT. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. I'm sure more people know better than I do, but that's what I'm seeing at the moment of it. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. All for now. Back on your feet already. You may credit my recovery with your chirations. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread out to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Danville. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of the refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. Yes, it is. I haven't spent that much on anything, have I? None can deny that tensions between the Oldan citizenry and the refugee population has increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors? I think so, wouldn't you? Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. We do not have time to discuss this. The scouts will be returning or not. How thin they spread, basically. General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel. And with good cause. We're here to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces. The monasteries accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Wouldn't that put a suspicion on all the monetarists, if they did that so soon? Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead from the monetarists. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Peter. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have to make inquiries in settlements suspected of harbouring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. You may balk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. Meanwhile, I shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Sure.
Well, so you have something to say, Peter, do you?
What you ask is no secret. For such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be a risk. Even so, there is wisdom in words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the brass blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by spinning the blades most of the time. Oh, for the bananas. Just not letting me click on it for some reason. First time round. It's so dense. I don't mean stupid, I mean actually like deep. Alright, let's go to Lost Hope. Alright, this is a hold-up. Oops. Hi. What brings you here, adventurer? Search for refugees. Well then, you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you don't. You won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept the situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. That makes you suspicious! Outsiders have trouble understanding that. Like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Oh, someone is writing friend of the Sultanate, are we? I take it this means someone's read my report. Refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return and are increasingly concerned that Zoaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't focused on talking, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazakawa. He'll explain everything. Who? The snippets of Zazakawa. Oh, it's a trap. Got it. Ah, don't hurt me! I'm not one of them! I beg your pardon, you're not. I see. If I bid you speak with me, then I take it you agree to well. God be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises the revolution and retribution of holding the ruling classes to account and taking that which is owed? Childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving. But few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, it matters that the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you'll understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I could make little sense of his words beyond the fact he was not alone in surviving. Yeah, I've no doubt that the merchant will leave the remainder to their doom. I beg you, find them before he does. What? What are you doing? No, don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We'd escape together, then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Alright. It's okay. It's alright. So you have fun. It's fine. Okay. Who are you? What do you want? It's true. I followed the merchant. May the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give you, you must take, he said. And when we asked how he revealed the catch of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there. Well, the others were so excited, he split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing. The fighting, everyone was... The flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... The other group, they're still out there. Don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Why are the flames just slaughtering people? I'm going to ask you nicely, where did they go? The refugees are hiding in the caves. Some of them lost hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. The twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. Pox on all the bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. If only we'd never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, and the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. If they were forced to confront reality, that's it! Challenge the twins to combat. Show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Okay, beat on rules, that's a good idea. Seven elves, they found us! Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point! No, that's your game, is it? Ah, sorry to disappoint you, lad. We're all willing to kill ourselves. What? Okay.
fight. Stop. Well, this is fun. Scratch me. No! Was that necessary? Oh God! You can beat him! Look, it was nothing! Oh, almighty, what are we gonna do now? Stop this rubbish and get on with our lives. Quit. Hopefully I didn't kill them all, just badly wounded them. We've gone great, have we? Oof. You returned. You found my brethren? Well, what of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better than a handful of them take a beating from you and the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? The merchant wasn't there. What else would he be? Where else would he be? Unless he went to storms first and through others. No. You know what? Have a little snack now. Nim nim nim. Rural again. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in stone's throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. Many more must perish in suit this futile cause. How much more suffering must be endured before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest, will surely lead us to ruin. Well, you see, the funny thing is, the brass blades are the ones that are usually here as well, and they're doing now. They don't blame the immortal flames for not keeping peace, but the brass blades are actually encouraging the unrest more than anyone else. I mean, they're in the pocket of the monetarists, so you know. They don't have to do anything if they don't wish to. What the? That thing again? My answer is no. Also, if you see one of those, do not fight it on your own. That one. Alright? Do not engage alone. Wait for a group of people to help you fight it. I don't think someone's got to tell them about that. Surely. It's Britannia. Some people just don't know how to use the map. Hell. It was my parents. Oh, I don't don't know where they are. You see a merchant that might have spoken to him. They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon. It's been days. They left with a man from Uldar. The man said they were going to change everything. They could see we live inside walls from everyone else. I liked it when they said that. I just didn't like it when he talked about making rich people pay. I looked so angry and I got scared. Oh. Hey, mister, you're looking for someone. The, merchant. Yeah, looking for a merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? I don't know where he... Wait, look, I think that's him. Oh no, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? What a fucking idiot. Sorry. But you really wonder about saying, which idiots are going to fall for my plan this time? I know it's for the story, but bloody hell. Uh-oh, I'm going to get caught. He's too well off for me to trick. You, Getting away! Go get him, mister! Got him. Why you don't just run straight away? You dippy. Faster than imagined. We see people getting stabbed in the face and we laugh. Sorry, that's just the little people who pretend that they're guards. You again? Why are you pursuing me? I heard you saying about gullible people. Sedition, treason, revolution, that's preposterous. Let's fill your head with these lies. Refugees, the self-same refugees who terrorise the streets of Uldar? Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations? None! I have a witness. I have multiple witnesses. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Fame. You have no right to detain me. For the sake of argument, let's say I did do those things you claim. Surely you don't think I gave a Kakian's arse about politics. It was business. Only business. How was that business? Intimidating bunny. Uh-oh. They apparently have an assassin with a bow. Both know that I am not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I can tell you everything. Alright. Oh. Well, that was fucking stupid. Well, I guess I'm in prison. What's all this commotion? 7 elves! Tell the others to spread out and search the area! It's a habit floor! Beep up! So it would be most likely believed that a monetarist is involved in this. Old adventurer, I would not know more. I would know more of your relationship with the victim. Even leading up to his death. You got shot by a bow by a random dude who seemed to be in a white gown. This man was responsible for the prison riot? May have to be over his murder. I don't think about it. No, you don't.
You do not at all. That is a bad thing to say. Bad potato. Bad potato. Bad potato. Another. I don't know why that happens. Oh wait, I do. The juddering that happens most video games now. I flipping hate DualShock. No purpose for it. There was never any purpose for it. I mean, I don't know any game where it was ever needed for it to vibrate. It doesn't have immersion. It doesn't give you any sort of extra sort of health when you're fighting things. It's just annoying. Oh, wrong way. Looks like I'm close to the 2-hour mark. So I might be finishing up. I suppose Friday I could start up the Crystal Tower stuff. What news, BT? Where is the merchant? You got shot dead. You killed him? No. Murdered? Damn it all to the 7th hell! He's not simply murdered, BT, he was silenced. Too many knew his face and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair though. Maybe closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these rites than you realise. Yeah, I should have been allowed to attack an evidence, but no. The torch is the boulder. And he brought a page. Think. This is a good time to stop. Maybe not. I'll do one more mission, and then I'll stop. Revolution! Swifty has a message for you from General Ravon. Flame General left word that you would proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. You wish to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as results of our own investigation. Master Alpino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray, proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and swiftly far follow me. Oh, the racist dude. Stop calling everyone racist, but he is! I mean, what else do you call someone who gets annoyed when he sees people that don't look like him? I mean, stupid's also a word, but... Alright, let's go in. Speaker to the lady, and then we will move on to the next event. The Royal Promenade. Mind you, as a paladin who apparently their default is racist, so you know. We have been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. Okay.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
It's to be used as an excuse to say that the refugees should leave Uldar. But we don't know who
this information
set that up.
does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination.
Well, I mean, it is. It's the second rejection of refugees that you've done in probably about 5 years, so...
Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate.
Right. Well,
Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence.
Right. That's fair enough.
Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
The one within Uldar. Right.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters.
What?
It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
The brass blades just shot protesters! Wait, that's... Oh, that's, yeah, it's American history. Weird.
We assumed at first that the attack
Although
was
they don't
born
know
of a
how it
miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated.
Did he shoot himself?
Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Yeah, there was a protest in America, I think, in some early American history, where the protesters were throwing snowballs at guards, and apparently the commanding officer said, you know, back away, we assure you we will not fire, and then guns was fired. They all fired at the protesters. Then they don't know who fired first, they just know that something triggered them to start shooting.
Teleji Adeleji?
Yes, the one who wanted free slaves. I mean, servants. I mean, free labor, that's it.
But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
To unsettle the monetarists, of course.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I
Cartano?
looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
Well, it'd still be pretty bad there. You won't grow much even after 5 years. You know, like the scorched earth and stuff that would have been uprooted while you were fighting. It wouldn't be easy to actually tend to...
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagan ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
Huh.
In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagan ruin.
Yeah, so... slave drive.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
And yet we still consider Lolorito a villain.
Independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon? One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut?
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
And you think that a affluent benefactor would know how to do that?
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
Yeah, this guy's retconned.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
I find it bizarre, actually.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Mm-hmm. So he wanted to Teleji Adeleji wants to make a bill which allows for refugees to live in the area of Cartano, but only because he owns land there, which they aren't allowed to. Well, it's a dead zone basically, and probably used for wargaming and the like. Right. More politics. So tomorrow I'll have a lot more time. We start at 8 o'clock and then just keep going until I feel tired. which might be short, I don't know. Alright, potato. So that's where I'll end it. And thank you very much for watching, for however long you have, and for whatever time you've given. Always appreciate anyone who's willing to view. Make any comments or query on YouTube, I guess, or I suppose on here if you want. I might not answer or not notice. Yeah. So yeah, live PTRPG as solo adventure, and archived on YouTube as a Coward's Guide to Final Fantasy XIV. And there I shall say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall sign off as I do, reminding you all that all time is precious and appreciated. Take care.